Next up, at Noche UFC, we have Edgar Chairez taking on Daniel Lacerda. Edgar Chairez, 10-5 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off the short notice loss to Tatsuro Taira. He's taking on Daniel Lacerda. This guy's 11-5 overall, 1-4 in his last 5.
Mexican OT.
Riding a 4-fight UFC skid. But I think this fight's going to be a little closer than a lot of people are when they just look at their records. Because, yes, Edgar Chairez is a very solid fighter. He did make his short notice UFC debut against Tatsuro Taira. He almost shocked the world by beating Tatsuro as a plus 600 underdog. His striking offense is fast. It's in your face. His takedowns are decent. His BJJ is actually very good as well. The only real issue for him is that he is hittable. But he has a good enough chin that it doesn't always matter, right? He's not the type of guy you're just going to pop-pow and he's out of there. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw long kicks. He's going to box you up, snatch a single leg, look to get it to the ground. He's coming off that loss to Tatsuro Taira, but he did knock him down. He almost snuck in.
His hair looks like all your friends.
Don't get me started on how good their hair is. It's very annoying.
One of them has nice hair and still wore a hat just to throw it in your face.
They both had hats to start the night, and then the other one, so it was them and then their older brother.
If you're at a bar and you see a guy with the hat on, then he rips it off with a full head of hair, it's like, that guy's got confidence, huh? He doesn't even need his hair.
Nothing but, man. They've got, they're twins. Did you notice that they're twins?
No.
Yeah, they're twins, and they've got
identical.
Nothing.
They don't look like identical twins.
They're identical twins, but I think as you get older, it separates a little bit.
I think the Olsen twins look exactly the same still.
I don't know, but Tiffany watched that and was like, is that John or is that Mark? And she's known them for 12 years. So, anyway.
Well, they're not identical then.
Anyway, Edgar Chairez, with the beautiful hair, did just lose to Tatsuro Taira, but he did knock him down, and he almost submitted him as well, but he also made a couple of poor fight IQ decisions, taking on Daniel Lacerda. The guy's still looking for his first UFC win. He is 0-4. Style-wise, he is a solid striker. He's got good kicks, good forward pressure. When he gets into the ground, he's got really good control and pressure on top. But his takedowns are not great, so that's not really a guarantee. He's definitely a feast or famine guy. All 11 wins and 5 losses are by stoppage. He's dangerous. And just like a lot of these shoot-a-box guys, he is willing to put himself in harm's way to get the finish, but for him, for some reason, it doesn't always work that way, but he is coming off of that loss to CJ Vergara. You're going to see, he was stopped. Man, the fact that CJ Vergara didn't die in that first round is absolutely wild.
Just fucking.
He had
everyone. That's the first. You mentioned that too. Everyone always made fun of Chelsea Chandler for the way she was fucking running away from Norman Dumont in that fight. But fucking CJ Vergara did like fucking 4 laps, and Daniel just fucking chasing him down, throwing head kicks and shit. It was fucking wild.
It was wild. Like, Daniel had him on ice skates, and it just reminded us all how dangerous he is. And I didn't leave that fight thinking, Daniel sucks, he got finished. I left it being like, Jesus, how the hell did CJ survive that? So Daniel Lacerda is very, very dangerous. I am still going to pick Edgar here because he is long. I do think he has more ways to win. If he can survive that early onslaught, he can try to make something happen. And we know Daniel has 1 round of cardio. That 1 round is absolutely terrifying, which is why no money. Edgar's going to be the pick. No money on him whatsoever. Fight does not go the distance is absolutely the play, but that's going to be a juice line here as well. What do you think, Jakey Bombalotes?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to be a fan of Daniel in my mind. And that's nothing against Edgar. Edgar's a good, tough guy as well. But he's just a fun dude to watch, man. He is wild. He puts himself out there. He tries to get finished, and he has come up short 4 times now in the UFC. And this comes down to, I think they're going to brawl because Daniel, it seems like he always coaxes that brawl out of people, and he's been losing. But as you mentioned, his last fight, you saw how dangerous he can be. I think Daniel baits Edgar in a brawl. Edgar's a very tough, talented guy as well. He has no problem getting in a brawl if you want to brawl. On the ground, he's capable as well, so I think he's going to be confident. Coming in, he's the favorite. This guy hasn't won a fight in UFC. They're going to brawl, and in a brawl, in those type of fights, I feel like Daniel's just the more dangerous guy, And so it comes down to a car crash. I'm going to take the semi versus the, if Tracy was still here, it'd be the dump truck. You know what I mean? So, Daniel Lacerda, to me, is the more dangerous guy. I think that's what it comes down to in this fight. As simple as that. I respect the toughness of Edgar. If he weathers the storm and then beats Daniel, I'm not going to be surprised because that's how people have been beating Daniel. So, but I'm going with the more dangerous guy here. I like Lacerda in this matchup just for his danger, baby.
I get it. I get the Austin Power reference. $8,700 for Edgar, $7,500 for Daniel. There's an argument to be made that Daniel's a phenomenal underdog, and certainly Edgar should be in your lineup if you think he wins because Daniel gets finished. And $8,700 is somewhat of a discount for almost 3-1 favorite who in all likelihood would win by finish. So I will probably have some Edgar in my cash lineup. Certainly Daniel should be explored in some of your tournaments.
I hate the Brazil versus Mexico matchups. It fucking tears me apart. Fucking tears me apart.
Since when are you this big fan of Mexico?
Excuse me?
Yes, since when?
My life has always been about the red, the white, and the green.
Yeah. The Italian flag's the same thing, just the opposite direction. Green, white, red.
Wow. Does it have a fucking eagle eating a snake in the middle as well?
No.
Pretty sure that's what that is.
Yeah, I don't think that's what that is it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is. It's a hawk or something. It's just eating a snake? That's a wild flag. Good for them. Don't wear that after you pick the Brazilian.
Well, we're hitting the heat. We're hitting the heat of the Mexico card now.
We sure are. I do have to pee, so I'm gonna get. When I turn this over to you, I'm gonna go pee.